Aurore Dabriot is a slight woman. Her hair is tied up in a bun. She doesn't look like somebody who might be talking about manual work.
En grandissant, je préférais métier manuel.
Growing up, I knew I wanted to do a manual job, not sit inside at a desk all day, she says, taking a drag on a cigarette. She studied car mechanics in high school, was the only girl in her class. She remembers harassment from classmates.
Pourquoi je fais ça? J'ai rien à faire là.
Why are you here, they'd say. You don't belong here. Her teachers supported her, but she still had trouble finding a job afterwards. Male mechanics would question her ability to do the work.
Quand on voit mon gabarit, on se dit,
When they see how small I am, they say there's no way I can do the job, she says. Every time she'd apply for something, she'd get an excuse. We don't have changing rooms for women. We don't take apprentices.
c'est un peu décourageant, décevant.
It's discouraging and disappointing, she says.
Elle est finie, la cliente?
Eventually, she dropped the idea of becoming a car mechanic.
Parce que la cliente, elle attend.
And that could have been the end of her story, but it wasn't. Today, Aurore manages a team of 4 mechanics in a garage northwest of Paris. She's here because Laïd Dashi came across her CV at the employment office.
Dans le domaine de l'automobile, il y a peu de femmes.
There are very few women in the world of cars, says Dashi. But here at his garage, the goal is to have only women. It's called Only Girls. Women can bring their cars here to be checked out by women.
Malheureusement, les femmes ne s'y connaissent pas tellement en mécanique.
Women, unfortunately, don't know much about mechanics, he says. Neither do many men. Some garages take advantage of this ignorance, adding on work to raise the bill. Everyone has the feeling of being cheated by a mechanic, says Dashi. And since there are only
Il
men,
n'y a que des hommes.
women feel they're being cheated by men. Amel Beraou goes out of her way not to bring in her own car.
I'm asking my dad or brother to go with my car.
She says she's made to feel stupid.
Even if I ask them what's going on in my car, they say, yeah, it's not like I can't understand because I'm a woman.
Beraou works with Dashi in the office. They set up Only Girls at the start of 2014 to draw in female customers with female mechanics.
A woman can feel more comfortable to ask a woman mechanic what's going on because she's feeling like, oh, it's okay. This woman mechanic doesn't treat her like a stupid woman, someone who doesn't know about the mechanic world.
And trust is the point here. The mechanics are encouraged to explain to clients what they're doing to their cars.
Alors, je suis en train de faire le commodo.
Aurore here is replacing the steering mechanism on a small Audi.
C'est Michel qui m'avait allé, regarde, elle est au-dessus du pont.
She's working with Melina, a 19-year-old who's the daughter and granddaughter of car mechanics. She loves cars.
Ça m'a toujours attiré comment les voitures fonctionnent.
Cars have always attracted me, she says. How they work, how they run. Like Aurore, she studied mechanics, but had trouble finding a job.
On nous dit souvent une femme ça a rien à faire dans un garage.
I was told a woman has no place in a garage, she says. Here, she has a place, and she likes the ambiance, explaining her work to customers.
Ça vient naturellement.
It comes naturally, she says. It's a pleasure to pass on what we know.
Voilà. Pour ça.
Melina and Aurore work with 2 male colleagues today. The goal is to get to an all-female team, but Amel Beraou says it's not easy to find candidates.
Because I think in France, a woman to work in the mechanic area is not in our mind.
But the ones who do work are dedicated.
It's a passion because it's rare and she loves that. And our customer can see that.
Est-ce que c'est cette clé?
Il faut quand même appuyer.
You really have to push to say, I'm able to do this, says Aurore. It's not just because I'm a woman that I can't be here. She hopes that by offering the possibility of work, a garage like this one will encourage more women to enter the field.
Ça peut les encourager.
Knowing they could find work in a garage is encouraging, she says. And self-confidence is key. Putting forward your capabilities is what'll get you hired, she says.
Il faut avoir du caractère, savoir y aller.
You have to have the strength of character to go for it. For Radio France International, I'm Sarah Elzis in Saint-Ouen-l'Aumône.